Hey guys, we're back talking with Sherry Lee about today. We're going to talk about sort of macro trends and in the property management and real estate industry. So, Sherry, just to start with, what's your macro outlook for the whole for the property management industry and real estate in general? Where do you think the biggest operational gaps are in the next 5 years? Like, where are we headed as an industry?
Definitely, I think that's a good question. As I've been thinking about the macro market as well, as coming from the Wall Street background, doing real estate investment, definitely seeing a lot of a shift after COVID. As an investor, we used to see that buy low and sell high during the low interest rate environment. But right now, it's kind of higher interest rate has been hanging over there for many years.
Yeah, persistent.
And exactly, and I don't really see that interest rate will goes down fast for the next few years because first of all, you see the U.S. debt level is huge, and that will putting a lot of pressures into their interest rate.
Yeah.
And also the cost of ownership is high.
Yeah.
The property tax is high, insurance cost is high. And that's all eating up your cash flow. So basically, percentage-wise, you're paying off more. And also labor cost and the material cost that's related to repair and maintenance.
Yeah.
So how you can make sure that the holding period time is prolonged. How you can make sure that the quality of the assets can be sustainable depends on how well you can operate.
Yeah.
So it really comes down to the gap in the operation side is there definitely I see huge demand, increased demand of improving on the operation efficiency, but then kind of a lack of solutions or software solutions, technology solutions.
Yeah.
But we see definitely there is a gap and there is a demand, there is an opportunity for that.
Got it. So basically, because prices are or costs are stubbornly high for owners and operators, both on the financing side, on the material side, on the vendor side, you're saying like basically it's a little more challenging environment where you've got to be really operating highly efficiently to have healthy returns.
Yeah, that basically determines how well your portfolio quality is.
Got it. So buckle up. You get only the survival of the fittest for the next couple of years.
You got to work on that.
Yeah. Okay. Or maybe bring in some tools, not to jump ahead. But okay. So persistently high costs for a couple of years and a focus on NOI or operational efficiency. Okay.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Let's maybe move a little bit more from like macro real estate to prop tech, right? You and I are both in prop tech for a long time. And so everybody loves to talk about prop tech, but adoption rates can be slow, right? Adoption rates in this industry can take a lot longer than people anticipate. Specific to the property management space, since that's where PaiBox thrives, why do you think the adoption rate of new technology, cloud-based technology, AI, et cetera, prop tech in general, why has that been so slow in this sector specifically?
Yeah, that's the deep inside. Because I think one of the reasons is a lot of tech background startups, they're outside in.
Yeah.
So that means, they look at property management as a software problem. So they focus on adding features, improving the dashboards, automation, integrations, all of that's great. But property management is still an operational system.
Yeah.
And it's about the workflows, it's about the operation, how people work with it, all the people's expertise and dealing with people, how you can integrate this human behaviors, these workflows, and also don't change them. So that's something that we need to really live into this friction and understand the operations. That way you can design this product really fit into the demand and the needs. And second, I do see that a lot of software are trying to build something fancy which is great, but I think they're trying to adjust the people's behavior, not to the purposes of helping people and making the software be adaptive to the human. So that's where I think PaiBox is really don't have any intentions of changing people's behavior because we work as a property manager. We know how we work, how we interact with people, how we do ABC, not CBD. It's the sequences for the work jobs and it's not reverse that. And we understand the workflow fully as we live in the pain for so many years.
Yeah.
And basically, PaiBox is born out of all of the operations plan. Every single feature was added by our own side.
Yeah. I think you made two really crucial related points there, which is one is that A lot of times people come from outside in. I used to call them like Silicon Valley tech bros. No offense to the tech bros, but like real estate is an industry that like is a complex industry that has its own way of doing things, right? So it's really crucial to understand the workflows, and then that kind of, as you said, the second point was not trying to be like, oh, come change your entire workflow to fit what we can do with our SaaS platform, but rather like, and that's where those 2 points kind of come together. It's like somebody like yourself who's been in the industry for many years understands like, no, these are the workflows. This is how property managers work. Let's see if we can build something that makes their work easier, right? Starting with your own people and then now expanding out to PaiBox. So I think that's crucial. And, you and I did a lot of work over the summer talking to like GMs and CEOs of property management companies around the country, right? And there is some like tech skepticism out there, right? And it's not uncommon, right? In other sectors of real estate and prop tech I've worked in as well, you and I have shared war stories, there's tech skepticism. And it was specifically, right, that we heard from a lot of them, like, I'm willing to automate. I have pressures. I would like something better, but I'm not going to like retrain my whole staff. Right. I'm not going to change my whole way of doing business. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. Like I have broken toilets and I have houses that need to get rehabbed and I have tenants calling me. So I just think that point of coming from the industry experience and then building a tool that is actually reflective of the real workflows is really crucial.
Yeah, definitely. I can bring up another example. Just like in a lot of, I see a lot of innovations coming from ChatGPT perspectives like a chatbot. Yeah. So they brought chatbot to repair. It's basically asking questions and triage. That's great. But a lot of times you see that people need visibilities. As a property manager, you probably not only just one project on your pipeline. You have tons of. You have 20 at the same time. So you definitely need pipeline visibilities, status updates from a portfolio management perspective. So this is where I think property managers needs to really work on seeing some results from workflow improvements and visibilities, transparencies, communication coordinations, all of that bundled together as a help.
Yeah. Yeah, and that sort of, it feels like a lot of the shift, maybe you could speak a little bit to some of the shifts going on in the industry, right? But it feels like that there's a widespread understanding of a need for automation, but like, how and when does that happen, and who's going to actually who could actually deliver something for these property managers is really key. But like, what do you think are some of the bigger trends and shifts that are going on right now in sort of property, like I guess with property managers, and also maybe if you could speak to like the vendors, right? We haven't really talked yet about the service providers, the plumbers, the electricians, the carpenters, the roofers. Like what's going on out there? Like you're an operator and also a PaiBox CEO,
Yeah, definitely. I see vendors' costs going up. Yeah. That's for, it's very universal. You see the material costs goes up as well because of inflation. And the vendors' cost goes up not just simply because they charge more. It's because all the costs they bear also goes up. For example, the insurance, the liability insurance, the insurance cost goes up, so they have to pass down the cost to the customers.
Right.
So that's one thing. And the shortage of the labor is also another factor. That's a lot of demands, a lot of older houses. American houses are getting older and older.
Yeah.
There's not new, pipelines of new development supply to the market still. So that's just the cost of tension. And secondly, from the property management, you see competitions, right? You see a lot of innovations and competitions for smaller, medium property management company, and their margins goes down.
Got it.
So I don't think it's a solution basically coming from hiring more staff to scale up, but definitely going through innovation and automation.
Got it. So, I think that touches on two things, right? There's cost pressures all the way through the chain, right? That's a great, I hadn't thought about the insurance cost, right? That's a huge thing for if you're a plumber, an electrician, roofer, what have you. Yeah. And obviously those get passed on to the ownership of the property. But also sort of the competition that product managers face, right? So there's sort of a cost pressure, it seems like. Tell me if this is right. Yeah, there's a cost pressure that is leading to a demand for automation, but there's also sort of a competition pressure, right? Or like a white glove. How can you deliver the best possible service, right? Especially for property managers, I have to think like that is how you grow and retain your book of business with owners that don't have an in-house team.
I mean, the competition I was referring to basically, for example, leasing commission used to be 1 month, full month of the rent.
Yep.
100%. Now, some agencies can accept it 60%. 70% is very normal to see because, first of all, the leasing can be done really differently, regarding, agent showings. If a traditional way, but right now, a lot of people are using softwares, automations to pick up the phone calls, not really like 24/7 showings with a person, but actually self showing. So that's one of the reasons it costs the competition.
Well, it seems like to grow these customer bases, right? To grow loyal customer bases for the property management companies, it's probably not just all price, right? It's about level of service, comfort for the ownership group with that property management company, right? So it seems like whoever could get properties reliably fixed, reliably back online, right? The rehab's done quickly and efficiently. Tell me how long it's going to be and what the budget is, and then stick to that, right?
Exactly.
Those sort of things breed loyalty as well, right? That's kind of what I was thinking about when I was thinking about the competition pressures. It's like, how can property management firms excel in keeping their customers happy?
Tenant satisfaction requirement expectations also increased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A happy tenant is going to renew.
Yeah.
And a tenant who renews means no downtime where a property's vacant, right? That's super crucial. Super interesting. Maybe just to wrap this episode, like, can you debunk one myth about AI and property management? Like, what's the number one misconception that you want people to be debunked?
Yeah, I think I already mentioned that earlier. I think that people think of AI as a chatbot. I mean, it could be a chatbot that's answering a lot of questions, but I think it could be a workflow automation as well.
Yeah.
I think right now we see a lot of repair triage, trying to diagnose initial, handling tenants complaining and basically purposely reducing the request. But actually, in reality, 99% of the request was not misdiagnosed. So eventually require a vendor physically go in and fix it up.
Yeah.
So the problem still leaving to, how you can reduce the cost of time and effort in the workflow side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes sense from your side as running a property management team, right? You're kind of saying, like, how often does people know what a broken toilet is? It's like, hey, it'd be great if we could have a chatbot that could help people fix their own toilets, tenants fix their own toilets. That doesn't happen. They're like, if it's broken, it's broken.
Right.
So you still need to get somebody, you still need to get a quote.
Right.
Still need to find a vendor, still need to accept a quote, get them on
the
site, track that it was done. So so chatbots, while great, if they're not extending into the real world operational workflows, are they really adding that much value? Right? Like that's sort of the myth, right?
Right.
Okay. Very cool. Hopefully people that get some wheels turning for people. And we just want to say thank you guys for listening to another episode, and we'll be back soon with more content.